Hey guys, Stevie with Steve's Guns, and today we got this beautiful HK USP. This guy is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. They also have a 9mm, the 40, a 45, and a 357 SIG, which only came in the compact. Okay, these guys here were introduced in 93. The 45 caliber was introduced in 95. So it's a pretty old gun. Okay, they still make them today. You can still buy them brand new. Very fantastic gun. But as you can see, it is old school. Okay, so it is that 93 model. Doesn't have the optic cut on top like the newer stuff that you can find. It does have a laser flashlight mount, which is cool. Okay, you can change out the grips. You can't do any of that. Okay, like I said, it's designed in 93 and it stayed like that. But if you guys do know HK, you know they're very reliable. They're very accurate guns, and they're built like tanks. Okay, these things are bulletproof. You can throw this thing out of a car and it'll still shoot. That's why a lot of special forces, a lot of police officers use these guns, because they just fire, they just work. Okay, there's no issues with these guys here. This guy here, okay, from head to toe, you're looking at 7.6 inches. You have a 4.3 inch barrel, which can give you a pretty good accurate gun. Tight grouping on it. Longer the barrel, the more accurate you're going to be with it. Shorter the barrel, you already know. Okay. Height, you have 5.3. Weight, it's like 1.3, 1.4 pounds, give or take. So she's heavy. She's not light. I do have pretty big hands. Okay, the gun is actually bigger than my hand. But grip-wise, very nice tight grip. I like the way it feels. Iron sights are pretty nice. You have the traditional white dots on there. Okay. You can always swap them out, put night sights or whatever you want to put on them. I think they even sell plates where you can put an optic plate and then slap on an optic on top of this portion here. It is a pretty flat surface, so you're going to have pretty good contact with the slide, so it shouldn't go anywhere. Okay. Mag release, you have little paddles. These are ambidextrous. That's the only ambidextrous thing on this gun, is that paddle. So you just push it down. Magazine comes out. Again, push it down. It will come out. That is your safety. Okay. So F, S, fire, safe, fire, safe. Okay. If I put it on safe, nothing happens. Okay. Put it on fire. The gun's gonna shoot. Tear down of this guy. Let me just get a zoom up so I can show you guys. You guys see that little groove right there, that little cut? So what you gotta do is you gotta slide it back. Okay. It's easier to slide it all the way back and then find the groove right there. So this guy also has like a metal plate right there. So they have to line up. There's a hole right there. Just punch it with your finger. This guy will come out. Drop it, and your slide comes out. Okay. Just like any other gun, spring, pop it out. Here, let's do it. Pop that out. Barrel comes out. Okay. And the same way you took it out is the same way you put it back in. Just line everything up. Okay. And then just drop it back into place, just like that. You see these rails right here? This guy also has rails on the slide. Just match them up. Okay, bring it forward again, just how you took it out. Match up that cut with that groove. Pop that into place, and you're good to go. Okay. So they do make the compact version of this guy, which is this one here. There's your USP compact. These guys came out in 96. As you can see, everything looks the same. The design is the same, just little bit shorter, and when I say a little bit shorter, it's literally like half an inch shorter. Okay, but again, these are fantastic guns. If you guys have a HK 2000, it's roughly the same size as this guy here. Okay, it's pretty much the predecessor of this guy here. Okay, so after the P2000, it came the P30. Okay, which looked the same. The only thing with the P2000 is it gave you an option to change out the rear grips. Okay, you could put bigger grips, fatter grips. Okay, so P2000 was the first one to introduce that, and then the P30 took it even further, and then the newest ones are the VPs, and this one took it even further. Okay, you could change this guy out here, you can change this here, but the one request that the military and the police had was the takedown. So you saw how I was kind of struggling to hold it with one hand and remove it with the other hand, so you need both hands to do it. But HK came out with a solution. You could do this with one hand. So if you slide it back and you hold it in place, it's just one lever. Okay, you pop it down, take out the mag, it'll fold down, and you literally just slide it off. Okay, if the compensator wasn't on here, this thing would have just slid off. Same rails on the slide on the frame. Put them back in, slide it all the way back, lock it in place, drop your pin, and you're good to go. Okay. We're in 2024. These guys are an old design, like I said, they're 93, so they're like 30-year-old designs. And it's 2024, you walk into the store and you see a USP or a USP compact, or even you see a P2000, and you're asking yourself, should I get it for concealed carry, or should I get it for on the side carry? And the answer is yes. Yeah, you could get newer stuff that are optic ready on the top, larger capacity magazines, are striker fired, are probably lighter than these. But if you guys do know HK, you know that, again, they're very, very durable guns, very reliable guns. Yeah, it doesn't have all the cool fancy features, but again, when you pull it out and you pull that trigger, it's gonna shoot all the time, every time, on time. Okay, it's always gonna work. And that's why a lot of these police forces now, I think it was a couple, maybe a year, Border Patrol was using these for like 15 years. Okay, the P2000s. And now they're using the Glocks in a 9mm. They had the P2000 in 40 cal. But it's an old design, but they work. Okay, don't get me wrong, Glocks work too. Glocks are a very good duty gun. Okay, same with the Glock. It's gonna shoot all the time, but I just think HK is much better than a Glock or a SIG or a Beretta. Okay, HK is something else. Okay, trigger, let's try it out. Not that bad. Okay, 2-stage trigger, that's first stage. That's second stage. See the hammer pull back? That's your first stage. Okay, so you took out all that slack. Now you shoot. After you shoot, it'll take you to a single stage only. Okay. That 2-stage is the first initial shot. Okay. Price-wise, when these first came out, they're fairly expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you. For 93, they were like 600 bucks. Which is a lot of money in 93. Okay, if you add up inflation, thanks to somebody, that $600 is probably worth like $2 grand today. So very expensive. But the VP9s that are fairly new came out in 14. You can find them anywhere from maybe, I want to say 6 to 8, depending on where you stay. I know California just put them on the roster, and they're starting like at 800 to like 900 bucks for the L, and then like 850 for the VP9 SK, and the regular with the optic cut and the regular without the cut. So you're still gonna pay almost $1,000 with tax, this, that, for a brand new HK VP9 if you're in California. Again, other states are most likely cheaper because California doesn't like responsible gun owners and they try to screw everybody over. But if you're a criminal, I guess it works for you. Again, 2024, if you see it, should you buy it? I'm gonna say yes. Okay, this is one gun that will be very nice in your collection. This is one gun that's most likely never gonna lose value. They only go up in value. Okay. This is one gun that you can carry in a storm, in a sandstorm, in a hurricane, anywhere, and it's going to work. Okay, that's how good they're built. The quality is just out of control on HKs. That's why I like them so much. Okay, so if you do see them used or even new, I would highly recommend it. You guys will not be disappointed in that decision. Out of a 10, I'm giving this guy an 8.5, just because, again, it doesn't have, you know, all the new updated features on it. That's the only reason why I would give it an 8.5. But if it did have the optic cut and the larger magazines and the lighter actual gun, for sure 10. This guy here is an absolute, this guy's a 12. It's not even a 10. This guy's accurate. This guy's even more accurate. Okay, you could literally be 30, 40, 50 feet away, have a target this big, and just keep everything in that circle with the VP9. That's how accurate these guns are. Very fantastic. Okay, so if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'll answer as best as I can. Like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers, fellas and ladies, if you guys are watching. So please support the channel so we can get more guns like this, show you them, review them, and tell you if they're worth it or not. Just as my opinion. Just think of, you have a friend who likes guns and he's giving you opinion on if you should or shouldn't buy a gun. Okay. Again, thanks for watching. The name is Steve, and I'll see you guys on the next. Thanks.